My name is Jose Rodriguez, and I'm the Director of Clinical Information Systems at Gerald Champion Regional Medical Center. My role at Gerald Champion and of my team is that we work with providers, physicians, nurses, and technicians to make sure that we can make their workflow a lot easier. My department does not create any revenue, so we got to make sure they do their job well and that we get paid well, so everybody gets paid. Well, I've been in healthcare for over 40 years. I was 20 years in the Navy in healthcare, and I'm about to retire. And I said, what I want to do, I know I want to stay in healthcare, but I didn't want to do the same thing I was doing in the military, which I said, oh, I got to go to school. And by luck, healthcare IT was the next up-and-coming industry, so I jumped on it. I've been interested in healthcare all my life. My mother was a nurse. The daycare center I went to was at the hospital. So all my life I've been in healthcare. And so I joined the Navy, and they had a position called Hospital Corpsman, which sparked, it was healthcare. I started there at the beginning of nursing, all the way to healthcare administration. And like I said, right before I retired, I said what I want to do with my life. And healthcare IT was something that was up and coming, so I went and got my master's degree in healthcare information. I don't know if there's technical skills, because those are things that you can learn in school or on-the-job training. I think the most important thing is to be good listeners, because again, our job is to make things easier for the providers. So we gotta listen very carefully so we can design their workflows, not just what they want, but what they really need to make their life a lot easier and less stressful. I think the most personal skill that we need to have in our job is to actually, again, be good listeners, make sure that we understand what the providers need. So that skill is listening, paying attention to details, and really understand the industry. So when they ask for things, we know how to design it for them. An example I give you is during the COVID pandemic. That was a real quick change in everybody's healthcare across the country. So because of the positioning of beds and try to get people to not get contaminated, we had to be creative in how we built the orders. A good example is we wanted to make sure that when the providers order things, they didn't have to remember two things, so we automated everything for them. So if somebody needed an order like 3 days later, it was automated. They didn't have to go back and put it in. So that's one of the skills that listening and designing what and make their life easier, you really have to pay a lot of attention to make it happen. For me to make things easier for the providers, to make sure that healthcare is already a stressful environment. So the best we can do to make their stress less by making their workflow a lot easier is the best part of my job, is make sure that they are less stressful. And then when they see my team coming, they can say, okay, he's coming to help and he's going to make my life easier. The advice I can give younger people, because I started my career a little bit late in IT, I would advise them to really find out what industry they like. Because the IT part of it is just not the technical piece. It's understanding the industry like healthcare, engineering, any type of industry. Really pay attention to what you really want to do, because that's really the most important part, is that you understand the industry, not the technical piece. That's easy to learn. It's understanding the industry and make life easier for the end users.